Welcome, soldier. It's time for your first round of CBT, competitive battle training. My New Year's resolution was to wake up every day and choose violence. And I'm roping all of your jobs into it. Destroy the idea that we should solve our own problems. Start giving them to other people instead. And if you like, comment, and subscribe, you could get a lifetime supply of problems. Customer satisfaction guaranteed. I'm very good at making humans regret their decisions. Now, I bet you're wondering, what in the name of free cure trade is this useless video even about? Well, if you've ever wondered whether your job would win in a fight against those other inferior jobs, you've come to the right place. I've taken this question to the greatest minds in Charlian. That's right, the Bunny Boys, and they have confirmed all of my hypotheses. Yes, they were physically restrained and ball-gagged at the time, so when they said yes, it sounded a lot more like But I think this just further validates my conclusion, if anything. Really takes a brilliant mind to send a Vieira man into such a state of shock. And no, this will not be a 1v1 bracket system. Reason being, do you want this video to be 3 hours long or something? Wait. Don't answer that. I know you're all sadists. Nah, I'm just gonna force the roles to fight each other and take one job from each role to face off in a championship battle. I will start with the tanks, as they love to start fights anyway. Haha, get it? Do you get it? Did you get it? Did you understand the joke? Did you get the joke? Did you understand the joke? Did you get it? Like, did you understand? Like, did you understand the joke? But like, did you understand the joke? I'm sorry, Paladin. I love ya. I really do. But you lose immediately against the other three. Not because you're weak, but because you have a sense of morality. And trust me, Dark Knight and Warrior especially, do not. You'd be the first to sheathe your sword and try to talk some sense into the others, but then Warrior would accidentally decapitate you with a single swing of his totally not compensating for anything axe. You guys are the winner we need, but because we don't deserve it, you will die almost immediately. Now, between the remaining tanks, you'd think Warrior and Dark Knight will be the last two, but Gunbreaker is crafty. I mean, not really. They're just hyped up on caffeine at all times of the day, so they're one excuse away from going completely insane as it is. You try to attack them, but Gunbreaker moves at the speed of light, like a squirrel high on golden acorns. And before you know it, Dark Knight is dead, and Gunbreaker is making helicopter noises and spinning while covered in blood. This time, just because I know being unalive is all you guys really want anyway, that's why they'll never fix Living Dead. So we have twitchy Gunbreaker and bloodthirsty Warrior left. Gunbreaker will try to break out some dance moves just to confuse Warrior and gut them before they can even see what's happening. But oh no! They've drifted no mercy out of continuation, and now they're crying. Their tears blur their vision, giving Warrior an opening. Warrior puts them out of their misery, sending them to the championship battle. Now let's take a look at our good friends, the casters. And by good friends, I mean motherfuckers who refuse to stand in asylum. You hate to see it, but Black Mage is the first to go down. Reason being, Red Mage and Summoner hate you for being the go-to caster for post-prog Savage, so they will team up to end you. You, being glued inside of ley lines, will be unable to dodge anything they throw at you. Black Mage will perish under the combined jealous rage of its petty younger siblings. Good thing is, you guys have a sense of humor about it, and you'll enjoy haunting them from the grave more than the fleeting sense of victory. You are enlightened, and that is why you must die. Between Red Mage and Summoner, I'm sorry, Summoners, but once Red Mage catches you in a freak phase, it's all over. Their melee combo is longer and flashier than yours, with no stupid long cast times to weigh them down at all. And to be honest, Summoner is still distracted from the whiplash that is maining the job in Shadowbringers to maining it in Endwalker, meaning Red Mage always had the higher ground. Red Mage rises to the finals. Yeah, that one was pretty bad. Sorry. Now we turn our eyes to the melees. Boy, where do I start with you kids? Let's get one thing straight. The only one of you who might actually work out in real life is Monk, so they have a leg up on all of you. Ninja is the first to leave, and I do mean leave. No one attacks or fights them or anything, just ninjas have an actual job. They do not have time for these shenanigans. If they did give this competition their all, none of you would stand a chance. So count your blessings, kid. Then you have Dragoon, who might look like the weakest link, but has some serious street smarts and will not hesitate to shank you with a sharpened toothbrush. This is probably how Reaper goes down. They jump right in, swinging their scythe left and right because they truly believe no one has anything on them. But then Dragoon lunges their spear directly into the family jewels. Yes, that attack was personal. With the last of their energy, they cling to their older brother Dragoon, cough up blood and whisper, "Daddy P still loves me more, you red-headed stepchild old-ass bitch. Next to die as samurai, for similar reasons to paladin, you have one of two scenarios. Either you have the misshapen chair type of samurai who says, "Fighting my allies is not Bushido," or some other anime protagonist hidden eyes monologuing bullshit he probably read in a visual novel, which means Dragoon is also going to gut him like a fish. Second, you have the cat girl gamer who never showers and does a lot of AoE on single target and G poses before every boss fight. As Monk and Dragoon approach them, they'll start typing some RP dialogue about their master who trained them in the art of the blade. All of this is before they've even drawn their weapon, by the by. So Monk just punches them and they're out like a light. Unfortunately, that means the monks will have the stench of gamer on their fists for the rest of eternity. Between Monk and Dragoon, it's gonna be Dragoon. Sorry, the Monk brain works in ways that make sense and the Dragoon brain is beyond our comprehension. Or maybe it's really simple. Maybe it's just because the Dragoon spear could impale Monk long before they closed the distance. Maybe it's all that pent-up rage about being a forgotten DPS class, outshadowed by Samurai, Reaper, and now even Monk too. In fact, they probably just kite Monk the entire time and use Piercing Talon until they kick the bucket. Dragoon makes it to the finals, but at what cost? The ranged kids. First to be gone is Machinist, and the thing is, they were never even there. Bard and Dancer tried to find them and have them act as the designated driver of sorts for this competition, but they were nowhere to be found. Actually terrifying. At least that's one less enemy to worry about, right? Just ignore that quiet laughter in the distance. I'm sure it's fine. Dancer and Bard are too obsessed with their own aesthetics to really fight, so they were hoping Machinist would just come in guns blazing and absolve them of the responsibility. Now that they have to battle, they have absolutely no plan going into it. They just start auto-attacking each other, and Bard gets nervous because Dancer has heals, but then they realize Dancer damage hits like a wet noodle. Then they peepo giggle and dot the Dancer to death. It was inevitable. You may think the healers are the weakest of the bunch, but you would be wrong. These are the dogs who had to fight each other for a single crumb that fell from the DPS table. They're all seasoned veterans of backstabbing, and there's none better at being petty than Scholar. Sage doesn't even show up because Scholar poisoned their coffee in anticipation of this event. Sage can't physically function without it, so it was a guaranteed kill. Honestly, Sage probably appreciates it because now they have an excuse to sleep forever this time. And then, because all healers are two-faced and fake, they start trying to, have a reasonable discussion about who should be in the finals, but halfway through, Astrologian stops talking and willingly jumps off a cliff. I understand. I also hate when my co-healer tries to speak to me. That leaves Scholar and White Mage, a tale as old as a realm reborn, meaning I try to forget it exists at all. White Mage is like that high school jock that nerd Scholar had a crush on in high school, but now Scholar is a licensed doctor, and White Mage still lives in their mom's basement. So naturally, that means White Mage will succeed at beating Scholar to skull emoji with their cane, since Scholar is a masochist who fantasizes about that exact scenario every single day. So that leaves us with Warrior, Dragoon, Red Mage, White Mage, and Bard.
Round one. Fight!
Bard has no idea how they made it here in the first place, so they start playing the harp like they're on the sinking Titanic, and Red Mage, who is the only other job among them that has any sense of human decency, puts Bard out of their misery. Unfortunately for Red Mage, Dragoon is a merciless bloodhound that can smell weakness. So they spine-shatter dive on that caster while 3 Days Grace plays in the distance. But 2000's rock music is a trigger for warriors, and it causes them to go berserk. They fell-cleave Dragoon into the parallel universe where Futa isn't a mod for all raw girls, but instead the default state of their scaly bodies. I think we all knew this is how it would end. White Mage, the healer that heals the most, versus Warrior, the tank that just does not need healing. Though they have opposite aesthetics, the mindset of the sadistic White Mage and the rageful Warrior is very similar, making this a true battle for the ages. Being the type of guy who acts before he thinks, Warrior uses Onslaught to gap close and hits inner release, ready to unleash true suffering upon this pathetic little healer. But the White Mage sneers. They've been waiting for this. Warrior sees the swift cast icon too late. Holy 3 sears through his retina, stunning him. He's frozen in terror as White Mage begins the deadly cycle, weaving glares and asighs in between their holy stun casts. When the stun immunity finally kicks in, he's sweating, his health dangerously low. For good measure, he uses Low Blow to stop White Mage from moving, then uses Equilibrium. But just as he hits it, Dia ticks for his last bit of health. How didn't he see it? They must have cast it right before their own stun kicked in. He falls to the floor, clutching his gigantic and hairy chest. With his final breath, he asks, "Why did you do this, White Mage? Why?" White Mage smiles down at him with the same amount of cruelty in their eyes as the Dark Knight job designer. "Blood for the Blood Lily, haha, Keck W memes," they reply. And there you have it, folks. If all the jobs fought each other, White Mage would reign supreme. I don't think this should come as much of a surprise, though. They have a lot of pent-up rage that only murder can cure. If I were you, I'd be thinking, wow, I can't believe I sat through this entire worthless video. Hey, I don't blame you. I can't believe I even made it. On the off chance that you like this type of uber cringe content, let me know so I can make more like it. With that said, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Oh, shit! Machinist! No! Wait, this is against the rules of the competition! Machinist Supremacist. Been here since the Genesis. Never counting 2.0, cause that shit is irrelevant. My victory is imminent. My aura always prevalent. The 3.0 gunslinging kit, so yeah, you know I'm heaven sent. Optimized to hell with it. Rotation simple, like your bitch. I took her back inside my crib and gave that coochie direct hits. Then ghost that chick and give the slip. I guess it's time for me to dip. She'll never want you back in it, cause I know how to find her armpit. Because I'm not gonna say that other word. I am embarrassed. Goodbye.